Evening YouTube. I've just had a visit from two traffic officers. Apparently, a number of people have reported my videos. Their content and me stopping at the roadside. Don't know when they were reported or how many people have complained, supposedly. So the officers they drove by there in the marked BMW, the burled background, and then they pulled in, and I thought, right, okay. So I asked them, just they were approaching the van, what number are you looking for, guys? And that one, I said, that's my door. I said, you're looking for me or are you looking for the Gran? And they said, are you James? I said, aye. Can we, yeah, we were. I said, aye, boy. Playing off about it. God's sake. Offered to either sit in the back of the car or in the house. I says, I'll sit in the, oh, sorry mate, we'll go in the back of the car, I've got no problem with that. And aye, how can I help you? There's been a number of reports raised regarding your videos on YouTube. Mainly the stopping at the roadside, i.e. the hard shoulder, the dual carriageway, the motorway, etc. And crashes and breakdowns. I says, right, I said, what's the particular issue or complaint with it? I said, because as for the lights and everything like that, I said, the insurance and everything's checked and above board. I said, the lights are R65 regulated, they're road legal, and they're used only in the event, say, like say, i.e. that breakdown or a crash. Regarding obviously their legal requirements in terms of their manufacturing and their light output, etc. And they're used in the proper way that they're intended, i.e. in an emergency. But why do I stop? Why do you stop? I says, because I'm helping somebody. I says, I wouldn't want to be stuck on the side of a road. I says, or a motorway especially, daytime or night time in particular. So I says, because the fact of the matter is, if I was stuck, I'd be quite grateful if somebody stopped and helped me, which people have done in the past 2 years. I said, I've been driving for 12 years, well, virtually 12. I says, so, I mean, I've appreciated the help I've received in the past, and at the same time, I says, male or female, I said, the camera's there. I says, because then the female colleague, she kind of jumped in there and was kind of thing with a woman's point of view, filming and recording. I says, well, I says, forget the fact that the videos go on YouTube. I says, or go online. I says, I'm not recording them just solely to put on YouTube. I'm recording them for my protection, but at the same time, it's things that have happened on the road. And at the same time, I don't go out there and alienate drivers. It's not like, I said, you've seen the channel, you've viewed a few of the videos. I says, because there was a bit of to and fro between me and the male officer who was driving regarding police not being in these videos. I says, well, they were. I said, they have been. I says, and a lot of them. I says, and he kind of hang with it as well. I've seen a lot of the videos and the police are in a lot of them. I says, well, I beg to differ. I says, apart from breakdowns, I says, unless there's been police attendance needed, I said, 9 times out of 10, I've phoned and reported that there's a breakdown. I said, unless there is somebody coming to pick up that car already. I said, and I've just stopped to check on the person and help them. Or maybe change the tyre of that. I says, but on the other side of it as well, I says, I've had no qualms for any of your colleagues up in Livingston whatsoever. I says, I didn't ken used to for Adam for Eve. I says, but all your colleagues in the traffic division that I've spoke with and dealt with, I said, not one of them have had any issues beforehand. I says, and as for and I mentioned about the drunk driver crashing, I said the officer it was an off-duty cop and an off-duty firefighter and regular response officers who happened to be coming across the scene as well. I says, so you had a bit of to and fro and obviously why are you doing it, why are you filming it? I says, well, I says, before you think about, like, say, your colleague made a good point there. There was the aspect of, like, say, witness protection. I says, and if I stopped and I've identified her on camera or vice versa, into a location, fair enough. And I said that to the two officers. I says, and I said that to the guy. I says, your colleague made a good point there, and I didn't actually I didn't actually disagree with it. I completely agreed with it. I says, I never thought of that perspective of things, where if somebody's under witness protection and I happen to stop, whether they're in a crash or a breakdown or anything like that, doesn't matter, right? The fact of the matter is, identifying them that for their own safety and the protection for what they're under, and then putting it online. I completely agree with that. Your colleague made a good point there, but I do try and and I said more than once as well, legalities wise, I always make sure that I try and keep, there's nothing, but there was no question of legalities, put it that way, about legally what I was doing. It was more the main concern for the powers that be, as the officer called it, have seen fit to, after seeing a few of the videos, to come and see you. I said, right, but the main concern the officers are wanting to raise with me is it's concerns for my safety. Because in comparison to them, and I wasn't trying to argue with the boy, I was trying to make a point. I says, yous are in a marked vehicle, I said, like you've mentioned, I says, yous have got more training and all that stuff. Aye, granted. I said, but the point of the matter is, I says, even all the protection in the world isn't going to keep you safe. I says, and I raised the point last Thursday morning. Last Thursday morning, we had a ambulance get hit on a blue light run and Whitburn and flip on its side when it was hit side on or whatever by a Ford Ranger, believe it or not. Then in the afternoon, there was a 3-car RTC at Junction 3 of the M8. And the footage clearly shows you've got 3 folk, or 4 or 5 folk for each vehicle. Sorry, no 4 or 5 folk for each vehicle. What I mean is, for the 3 vehicles, you've got like maybe 1 or 2 passengers in each, and they're all out in the hard, not the hard shoulder, against the central reservation on lane 2, the motorway, the outside lane, the fast lane, all wandering round their cars, the 3 of them, before any emergency services or anybody was on scene. They're sitting ducks, and there was a white van and 2 cars, I think it was. I just wait for that. I said, the lights are there. I said, if I get stuck and I gets broke down or at the side of the road, I says, let's face it, who pays attention to hazards, was exactly what I said to the guy. I says, you've had the incidents before where you're, and I mentioned it to them, I said, you had one of your colleagues in the force who was killed in the M8, for whatever reason, he was walking down the M8 or that, a couple of years back there, but you had the other incident where one of your local officers was injured in a marked car at a stop on the A71, and his car was T-boned, and he got crushed between his marked Polaris car and the vehicle had stopped. All that protection and all doesn't stop you. And he says, it's irrelevant that way. The fact is, the white van with a light bar is no protection whatsoever. I says, but it's some protection. I says, me personally, I says, it's some protection to me. I says, because if I break down, I says, or like for example, as I say, it's a new van, I says, I got T-boned, I got rear-ended there a fortnight ago. Had that been at night time, I wouldn't have been stuck at Bathgate round the boot. I says, with obviously no protection whatsoever or no lights. I says, they're there. I says, and at the same time, the channels know about alienating folk. I says, it is about, like, so when I've stopped at a breakdown, it's offering assistance or help. But again, it's no a question with the officers, it's mere the fact to, like, say, heed their comments. Certainly heed the comments, i.e. the female traffic officer, his colleague that was in the passenger seat in front of us. She did raise a good point there. I never thought or considered the point, like say if somebody that had been filmed or that, or was on camera, was under like witness protection or anything like that for their own safety or things like that. And it is a valid point that way. Never even thought of that before in the past. Because obviously in terms of everything, and it says, the question was raised as well, like say about towing folk off the road or that. I said, I have towed folk off the road. And does your insurance? I says, aye, the insurance knows I've done it. I says, I've notified the insurance before I've done it. I says, no different for if I've broken down and I've needed towed. I says, the person towing me's got to be insured. I says, no different for me if I was towing them. I says, as I say guys, I says, the light bar itself, in terms of legalities and insurances and everything like that, then everything is above board or as close to being as above board as it possibly can be, and I've covered every basis, i.e. for the light bar's R65 regulated, R10 regulated, it meets all current legislations and regulations in terms of its manufacturing, light output, blah 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 blah, and so on. I says, my insurance is aware that I've got it fitted, as I have done with all my vehicles. I says, but as I say, it's a new vehicle, so like say growl lights are in, nothing's fitted to it. I says, I've literally just got the light bar. I says, because I was as I wandered about, he says, do you mind if I have a look in the back? I says, go for it. I says, the van's pretty empty now though. I said, it's a new van. I said, I've got nothing in it apart from a tow bar, a car seat, a booster seat, sorry, and a couple of bits and pieces like say, like car freshener and that type of thing in the back. And I've just literally finished my work and dropped off a load of stock for the work. And obviously I'm commercially insured and I'm covered for carrying stock for my business, for a business I was running, or vice versa for the company the business I work for. And I said that to him, so there was no question that way. The main concern is about my own safety and things like that. But that is the main point. The main point is my safety for when I stop, because of the lack of training I have and the lack of protection I have. Because I was mentioning about orange trousers. I said, no me pal. I said, orange jacket, aye. High-vis jacket, yes. Orange trouser, no. I said, it's bad enough, I says, when you're out in the wet, and I said, I don't want to look like a human traffic cone. I says, like a lollipop man without the lollipop stick, come on. But no, the main question, as I say guys, the main thing was the fact that it's to do with mine safety and to heed their comments basically. Because a lot of people have been reporting me supposedly. And as I said to him, I said, well, if you've watched the channel, mate, I says, you'll see that I've no stopped on the hard shoulder or for a breakdown or anything like that for a good wee while now. I says, and the last crash I was at was the drunk driver in Livingston. And the police wasn't attention to that one. Now granted, breakdowns, there's maybe no police. I said, the abandoned vehicle, aye, there's been police. What else was that? I said, aye. So, I have to be careful. But you're going to get your haters. You're going to get your folk that's going to have problems with it. That'll never understand why I do it. Even the officer couldn't hang with it. I was saying to him, look, I says, I was doing it to help somebody. I says, if I'm at the side of the road and somebody stops and helps me, but then what if, and the whole point came into it for the woman's side of the view, then she might be outside the whole protection side of thing and somebody's identity. Was a lone female and I stop at the side of the road. Well, I'm not being funny Hennessy, but the camera's there for my protection as much as anything else as well. Irrespective of me uploading it to YouTube, as I said, I'm no there, and I didn't go out. I said, if you've watched a few of the videos as you've said, then I'm no out there alienating drivers. I'm filming what happens on the road and then I'm uploading it. I said, I'm no like one of the big networks like Dashcam Network or HGV Dashcam footage or anything like that. Or folk that are specifically going out to film bad driving, active bad driving, near misses or whatever. I says, it's for the kind of, it's not that kind of channel. I said, the channel is quite broad spectrum. I says, dashcamming was the main foundations of the channel, aye. I says, what was seen on the road and what happens on the road. I says, I only got a dashcam because of the amount of fucking near misses I've had or the amount of times I've been bumped. I says, and again, I says, I was bumped 2 weeks ago. I says, literally, and I've only had the van 6 weeks now. I says, and it's not a company vehicle. Oh, it's not a company vehicle, it is my own vehicle. And the officer was more than happy with that. It's simple case. Narrow it down. And look at it and bullet point it, shall we say. There's been a number of folk, or one person's phoned in about a number of my videos. They've reported it. They've reported me. The police have then checked along with, I reckon, duty sergeants, superintendents, I don't know. The powers that be have decided that they're going to come and question me about it. No. What are you meant to say? However, legalities wise, everyone's covered. So the officer had no question with that. The main point, apart from questioning me about why I upload it to YouTube and why do I stop, Whatever you think, guys, and whatever you think personally, it is to actually help. Because at the same time, I wouldn't want to be stuck in a situation. I says, as for Brexit, I've seen mothers sitting in their car with their kids in their car. I says, and what does the highway code tell you, and what do you put out if he's break down the motorway, is get out the car and get up the hard shoulder and stay away from the vehicle. Ouch, I've just broke that rag and nail now. So, but again, it's all about my own safety. That's their main concern. It says, I completely get it, guys, and I completely get where you're coming from. I completely understand where you're coming from. I says, but it's been a while since I stopped at the side of the road. It's been a while since I stopped at a crash, because it's been a while since I've been at a crash. The closest I've came was me getting bumped 2 weeks ago. So it's one of the kind of catch-22s. The vehicle itself is legal. The lights are legal. They've got no issues with that. It's me stopping on the road. Or making a point to stop. Because he did go at one point to say that it was like I was fascinated with it. I had to stop. I said, listen mate, there's hundreds of videos I have filmed. I said, with crashes. I says, and point being, I says, they've no made it to YouTube. I said, because I've lost the footage or the camera's overwritten it. I says, i.e. when I got a full escort with your colleagues from Livingston in this very BMW and the Audi, and towed one of your officers off the road with a smashed Clio. And I wish I said that to him now, actually, to prove that point. I said, because I had the Ranger in the snow that night, and the car had spun out at Junction 3 for Livingston. And the Bear Scotland Gritter boy came across the carriageway. He sat in the crashed car while I towed it off the road, while the officer stopped and held up traffic. 2 minutes later, the officer said to me, look, see where you've got it tied up, where are you going? I'm heading up to Livingston anyway, I'm coming off here next anyway. Would you mind towing that along? My colleague will drive, sit in the damaged car, let the Bear Scotland guy get off, obviously. I says, and then we'll escort you down. No bother. And I had no lights at all on the Ford Ranger. And we were in a whiteout blizzard conditions as well. Safety wasn't a factor then. But I get where the officers for tonight are coming from. And I hope they see this video, and I do appreciate them coming to see me. I do appreciate the points they've made. I have listened, and I'm only doing this video to obviously update everybody, and to obviously catalogue it basically. As I said to the officers though, I haven't stopped for a while. I have been careful with what I've been uploading. I always have been, and tried to be careful when I upload footage, especially if it's involving a crash. And any that have seen the videos will know the crash in Bathgate at Kane Park. I've cut the film short and didn't show the end of it with the police or the ambulance, because the young lassie was going to have like an anxiety attack and that, and to preserve both her and her families, well, not their identities, more their dignity. I didn't show that kind of thing with. No different if I had caught an actual serious crash on film where somebody was injured, I would edit it out or cut it, or only show a portion of the actual incident. But aye, I completely get where the cops are, where the traffic officers and that are coming from. But then at the same time, they didn't want to discourage people from helping, but they obviously didn't want people putting themselves at risk. I said, well, I'm trying not to put myself at risk. I've always tried to make sure that I'm not at risk. And I've tried to reduce that risk. Yes, granted, okay, the legalities are, it's no legal to stop at the side of the road, i.e. on a hard shoulder of a motorway or on the dual carriageway. And granted, I completely get that. But like anything else, this is the problem. Too many folk are no willing to help others out. Too many people are no willing to care about another person's life. I look after yourself, and I've never once said in any of the time I've been doing these vlogs and videos on YouTube, never once have I encouraged people to go out and do what I've done. I've always said be safe, be seen, if you're going to do it. And try and do it as legal as humanly bloody possible. whether or no I'm going to have folk that see my point, that agree with it, that agree with my channel, that agree with my videos, and agree with my uploads, and agree with what I'm saying, and how I feel, and how I stand, and where I stand. But, like I said, you're going to have people that disagree with it, that are going to report me, that are going to this, that are going to that. The police are going to come out. The police have got their job today. They've got their legal position today. They've got their position on things. They've got their training, granted. I've never said I was fucking trained. Not once have I ever said I've trained or made out I was trained. I've just picked up bits along the way over the years. What else can I say, guys? Anyway, let us know what you think, guys. But as it stands, coincidence that it's maybe happened there. Bad drivers in Glasgow the other night, they're chinning me about the lights. I don't know, but it wasn't about the lights. It was more about my safety at the roadside and why I stop and looking after myself. Because obviously the van itself has no protection whatsoever, basically. Anyway, let us know your thoughts, guys. I understand it was basically just a meet and greet, chat and advice between me and the officers. Basically, that's how to put it. And some guidance, basically, towards myself from the officers. Which, as I say, all you can, I'm very fucking supportive of the cops. Even if they're chinning me or being condescending me or anything like that, or telling me I'm doing wrong. The fact of the matter is, I'm still, even with that, I'm no swaying my opinion that way. I am very supportive of all the local police and appreciate the job they do. And I'm sure as hell no trying to do their job. Never once have I tried to do their job. But the fact is, I say as well, I've seen some pretty gnarly accidents that have never been filmed. One or two has been caught on camera when I first started using dash cams, but I have never let that footage see the light of day, and I never kept it either. That's just because I do not want to see instances where kids are involved. It's not a pretty sight when they're injured. And I do really have a true respect for all the emergency services that have to deal with these situations on a day-to-day basis. Up and down the country, worldwide, when they're the ones that are cleaning up the mess. Completely get that. Because I would take to think of some of the things they've seen. But, hey ho. Anyway guys, that's that for the night. I'll see you again very soon.